Chloe is 8 years old. She was adopted when she was 1 by Jason and Christy. Shortly after, it became apparent that Chloe had some health and development issues. Chloe has a range of special educational needs. She is nonverbal, has learning difficulties, and although she can walk very short distances, she is classed as wheelchair dependent. Chloe also has a range of complex health needs. She also has 2 rare genetic conditions, the first being MELAS and the second being known only by the code BRPF1. Chloe suffers with epilepsy and is also totally nil by mouth, as she has total gastrointestinal failure. Chloe is fed through a central line, which is a tube which is placed into a main vein close to her heart. This method is known as TPN, Total Parenteral Nutrition. In this documentary, we'll be sitting down with Jason, Chloe's dad, as well as Claire, one of Chloe's carers. They'll be answering questions which will help us learn about living with someone as complex as Chloe and how she and her disabilities have impacted them. Chloe's dad has to wash his hands and wear an apron and gloves just like a nurse would in the hospital. Chloe is totally nil by mouth, and here Chloe's dad is going to prepare her feed, which is a bag of liquid containing various vitamins and minerals. A various amount of needles, syringes and tubing is unwrapped, and alongside the feed, several medications must also be prepared. Once all the medications and feed is ready, Chloe can be changed into her nightwear, given her medications, and finally plugged into her feed, which is an overnight infusion of 13 hours. Chloe goes to school all day, every day, each week, with her carer Claire. We asked her a few questions about her time with Chloe.
So I'm Chloe's carer. I take her to school 3 days a week and help her just do all her normal school activities and be a friend and look after her really at school. I'm quite a natural caring person and I like to look after people. My sister's got cerebral palsy, so from a young age I've always looked after her and been there for her, so I think that's why I went down the carer path. So Chloe's needs, she has her TPN, but I don't really deal with any of that. I'm just there to protect it and make sure she doesn't pull at it or no harm comes to it. She's nil by mouth, so I don't have to worry about feeding Chloe. So really I'm just there to help her go about her normal life, walking around, making sure she doesn't hurt herself, learning, playing, trying to live as normal a life as possible and not stop any harm coming to her. So Chloe gets fed through her heart through her TPN line, which either mum or dad do or the nurses do it during the night. Just playing with her really and seeing her happy and just being a normal little girl. I enjoy taking her to school. She really likes that, and just seeing her engaging with the other children, that's probably my favourite thing. Well, I never had any children before I met Chloe, and I definitely gained one with her. I always say she's my other child. So yeah, she definitely opened my eyes to looking after a child. Learned a lot of things through Chloe before having my own. Having to change a nappy whilst holding down an alligator, trying to roll around and limbs going everywhere. I've learned that from Chloe. But no, she's just brought a lot of happiness to my life, I'd say. Probably just having another responsibility for somebody and putting her needs before mine, and and caring about someone as much I care about my own family. So like I say, she's brought a lot of happiness to my life, and I don't know what I'd do without her, really.
We asked Chloe's dad, Jason, to tell us a bit about her needs.
I communicate with Chloe by talking to her. We read to her. We do some hand gestures. Chloe is able to communicate back with two signs. But yeah, just by talking, like you would normally. Chloe enjoys a lot of sensory play, all sorts of little rubbery toys that she can squish and pull. She likes to play in ball pools, shred paper. She likes water play. And she also likes using her eye gaze. She needs glasses so she can see properly. She has to have special shoes to help her walk. She's tube fed with a central line because she's nil by mouth. Chloe wears a protective helmet most of the time when she's out and at school. Due to her epilepsy, she has quite a lot of seizures, some of which can cause her to fall over, so we need a helmet to protect her head. Her central line is currently in a back just under her left shoulder blade. And we have various different dressings, little lockable dressings, plasters, all sorts of stickers, holding it in place. She then has a vest over the top so that she can't physically get to it. And we have 24-hour care for her, just to keep her tube safe.